my name is Brian Bottoms, and I'm here at the South Columbus Public Library, and today we're going to do a quick demonstration on some basic turkey calling. And I'm going to use two of the most common basic calls, the slate call and also the box call. Now the slate call, you use what's called a striker, and then you also have a slate box. It's also good to have a little Brillo pad, that way you can rough up your striker, and also you want to clean your slate to make sure you have a good striking surface. And a lot of people use the diaphragm mouth calls. I like these because they're a little bit louder. Not as loud as the box calls, but you can just get just as much out of them as a diaphragm call. So I prefer the hands-on type. This means you have to be a little more careful when you're turkey hunting because they have really good eyesight and they look for that movement. So one of the first ones you want to do is called the purr. The purr is something that they'll do when they're very calm. They might be eating, digging up some bugs, digging up some seeds. And that's when they're just kind of chilling in their flock, letting everybody know that everything's okay, they don't see any trouble. And that's done with a slight J motion. And you want to hold it kind of like a pencil and have a little bit of pressure from your hand on the box itself. And depending on how much pressure you put on there is how loud it's going to be, how aggressive it's going to be, and all of that can do slight changes, sometimes good, sometimes bad, to get the turkeys to come to you. And then as you're doing the purrs, you can also add a cluck in there. And those are some of the basic sounds you can get from the turkey. What you hear a lot is the yelp. That's one that you most associated with the turkey. That's when they're excited, letting people know, hey, I'm here, come see me, or hey, where are you at? Let me know where you are. And that's done more of an oval shape on the slate. And those you can get a little bit louder. You want to be a little more aggressive, so you get a little more pressure on there. Also, you have the cutting, which is very similar to a cluck, but it's also more aggressive, kind of like the yelp. You'll use the cuts along with yelps. And that's just done with doing a straight line. And then you can combine all of those and actually start talking to turkeys. So as you're calling, you may want to let them know where you are. So you'd start off with some yelps and some cuts. Maybe listen for a little bit, or maybe you see some, you want to let them know that it's okay to come closer. Normally when you're turkey hunting, you'd have some decoys out in front of you, so when you're making these sounds, they see the decoy and think a turkey's actually out there, which are more likely to come to you. So after that, you want to do some of the purrs and some of the clucks. And again, that goes back to the J motion. You have lighter pressure on there. As opposed to the cut, which is very aggressive. That's very good early in the morning, especially if they're on the roost. You want to find out where they are, get a little closer to them before they actually come down. And that's just some of the basic ones done with the slate call. And you can have different size slates and also different strikers for different sounds. It's also this different striker on this slate. Also bigger, you have more room to get more sounds out there too. These are some of the different sounds you can make with the strikers. And then one of the first and most common is the box call. These are all based on friction. You actually have to use a little bit of chalk so you don't ruin the edges of your wood. And this is just a soft wood. They hollow it out. It has certain dimensions that they use, and they get certain angles on the lips to get the sounds that you need. Just drop some salt or some chalk on there. And I think someone in the neighborhood has a turkey because I just heard one gobble. So they might like what we're saying. And with the box call, it's all how you hold it. You want to hold it firmly in this hand. The way you hold this, different people do it different ways. Some do it like this. So with the box call to cut, you want to hold it like this and you just tap. And lightly for your purrs. And you can also get louder with your yelps. And that's what you want to do. You want to start quieter and then build up. Your box calls, you're louder, but also your roughest. That's kind of why I prefer the slate calls over the box calls. It's because you can have a little more control and get a little bit better sound out of it. But box calls definitely the easiest to learn and the best to start off with as a beginner. And that's just a little demonstration on some turkey calls here at South Columbus Public Library. I hope you have a very good day.